Welcome back to another edition of the Blerd Assassin Podcast. I'm Rob, homie Stelios, official. I'm getting it right now. Would like to welcome y'all to the very first, because this won't be the last, but the very first MMA show, MMA edition of the Blerd Assassin Podcast. I've always been a fan of the sport, so I'm pretty excited to, actually have a show where I can dedicate, some knowledge to that. And I'm here with the homie. He's a sports fan as well, and he's going to, provide some, a little more insight as to, how he views it as the casual fan. First off, let me start off by saying I've never really been that big into sports. Like, traditionally, as a man in America, I'm not that big of a fan. I'll watch O State because we're in Ohio. I'll watch Cleveland because, grew up with these niggas. I'll do this shit. I understand football. Shit just slow pace for me. Same with basketball. I quit watching after Kobe retired. Honestly. So it's ironically and sad that he passed this year because I haven't had a reason to even watch basketball since he retired. I grew up watching boxing with my dad and my granddad. Those are the sports that's the sport I was, primarily watching growing up. And when MMA got introduced around 13, I was instantly a fan. I remember, as a teenager and kid, taking VHSs to these niggas' houses or wherever we was going to bake that day. Hey, check this out. Look at this, y'all.
Driving me crazy.
Everywhere we went.
Well, there's real stuff on, right?
That's how it's always been viewed. I've always been that fan. It was
weird to see you get excited about something. Sports. Because that was barroom brawling in the beginning.
It's a real sport.
It is.
Now,
it is. It's a real sport.
For everybody who may not understand, MMA is basically mixed martial arts. UFC is basically the pinnacle of that sport.
It's like the WNBA of boxing.
No. Listen, it's like the NBA.
I don't want no MMA guys beating me up when they see me out there.
They might think it's funny.
Yeah, but it's like the WNBA.
Nah, man. It's the pinnacle of the sport. A lot of people call it UFC fighting. That's not what it really is.
They don't make no money.
And but money not involved. A lot of guys are starting to make more money. I don't think that equates to a real sport or just
kind of does.
Passion of a sport. Not really.
A little bit.
Not really. Then you have to inject that into everything. The highest paid athletes are soccer players then. If that's the thinking, that's the realest sport then. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gets paid more than soccer athletes, so you really can't factor in money.
Is that true?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know. I thought it was baseball guys. Quarterbacks.
The richest teams are like that Manchester United shit and that shit over there in England, man. Sports teams, period. You know what I'm saying? They draw the most money.
Fuck that metric system. Fuck that soccer. Talking about real sports.
Real sports like MMA.
Soccer is a real sport.
But see, and with that being said, I've always told these niggas, them that it's the best sport in the world. And at this point in time, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, it is the best sport in the world.
It's the only game in town right now.
It's the best sport in the world.
That's how they're getting it off. That's why we're doing cash right now.
Because
Street Jesus is about to fight.
Street Jesus is about to fight. For y'all who don't know, Street Jesus, George Masvidal, he's fighting UFC 251 on a 6-day notice for a title fight, which is unheard of. Apparently, he had been asking for his money. He was training for the fight. They didn't give it to him. Went with another guy named Gilbert Burns to fight the champion, Kamaru Usman. Gilbert Burns, unfortunately, caught COVID-19 4 days ago.
Kamar dude mustache, this is barely there, so I already know. Street Jesus about to get in that ass.
He might, but Gilbert's unfortunate incident was Street Jesus's come up because he got what he was asking for, or at least close to it. He flew over to Dubai. He's passed his COVID, and apparently the fight is on. So it's on Fight Island.
Street Jesus needs to get paid every time because he's the first draw to me since Silva. Because they don't really have no names. That's what I'm saying in WNBA. Like the Lisa Leslie of what is this shit of MMA. Come on. I know his name. I fuck with Street Jesus. He would beat me up for saying that. I know. He's the truth.
Quite possibly.
He's the truth.
He'd probably laugh at you.
They fought in the backyard before. On that Dada 5000.
He was one of them Kimbo guys. That's what was crazy about it. He came from that's why I think that's where a lot of that appeal comes with him. because he's a real dude. Like Miami, like down there scrapping in backyards, and it's documented. Like he would really get down for the crown, like with that fight stuff, fighting for money. So you want to see a guy like that, a true fighter, a true competitor, to always get their come up, and apparently he's getting it now. So I hope, I like to see him win the fight. I can't root against, a fellow African in Kamaru, but I won't be mad.
His name Marty.
Marty from Nebraska.
Yeah. Remember Stone Cold was stunning Steve at first? That's what he did.
He was going with the vibe. He was, Kamaru's hard to pronounce, I guess, in the middle of Nebraska, and then he went with Marty. Growing up, he was an African dude, and then once he grew into it, he became Kamaru. He's better.
Came out. As soon as Black Panther came out, now he want to be the king of the moon.
Hey, I can't root against him, but I won't be mad if Street Jesus wins. Like the odds are in Kamaru's favor. I mean, he's a champ. Yeah, he's a champ. He's been training for the fight. Street Jesus quit training probably about a month ago for this. You know what I'm saying? But he said he's always training. He's always in shape. But I mean, there's no fight camp, so that's a different rev up. We might see a baptism. That's what he says. He says he's going to baptize him. He always says he's going to baptize people, and that's what he does, man. He starts these people. So if you get a chance and check out that UFC 251, it's definitely worth watching. It's the only sport on. So watch it, pirate it, however you can, get it, download it, go to buddies.
Some like behind the scenes of Fight Island, like the real stuff.
That's what they're doing. That's what we're watching.
Somebody's getting smashed on Fight Island. I'm saying they need to.
He mean the NC-17? Nah, you
none
can't
of that's
do that.
going on the island.
It's in Dubai. There ain't no telling what they're doing out there.
Because it's not beautiful or anything. Come on, the behind the scenes.
Crazy. The plus about it, not only is that the only title fight, there's two more. The main card is rounded out by Rose Namajunas making a comeback against the woman who took her belt, Andrade. I forget her first name, but yeah, power slammed her on her head, took her belt. Rose has been gone. Rose is she's basically everything that a lot of people thought Ronda Rousey would be.
The Thug Rose?
Thug Rose,
yeah. I like the chick fights.
She got hands.
Chick fights are good, yeah.
Thug Rose got hands, and she'll hit you with a flying armbar. Like, she's like an all-around fighter, but, up until the point where she got slammed, she was giving Andrade, like, the business, badly. And then it just happened. That's the fight. That's the beauty of MMA. Like, all weaknesses are exposed. For that split second, it'll cost you the game. It's not like any other sport where it's a touchdown, you can still come back. Or a slam dunk, like, you're deprived, you're just mentally defeated for those 2 seconds. No, it's over. That little hole in the MMA, just like boxing, that's it. It's over. It's over.
You don't play boxing.
That's the beauty of it.
You don't play WNBA boxing either.
You don't play MMA. So, that's heading off the main card, followed by
They need a union.
They do need a union. They do need a union. There's been a couple fighters working on it, but it gets buried. Yeah. The 135 belt is also up for grabs after the champ Triple C Henry Cejudo vacated the title. This was a man who basically double champed the 125 and the 135. He was already a gold medalist in wrestling. He said this is all he needed to do, and he retired. Left the belt up for grabs. Now it's between two men. Let's see, it's going to be Jose Aldo versus the Russian Peter Yan. Now, Jose Aldo, a lot of people, this is how you know him. A lot of people will know him from the guy the little Brazilian dude that Conor talked all that trash to and then knocked out in like 14 seconds in Brazil. Just chin shot at him like a couple seconds. Conor knocked him out. Took his belt, and this was the beginning of Conor. Like, that was Conor's first title, and after that, Conor ascended. A lot of people don't, but this is what a lot of casual fans know Jose Aldo for. They don't know that he was on an unbeaten streak for like 14 years. He was always on everybody thought he was in the wrong weight class, which was the 145. He dropped down to 135. He made a pretty good showing, his little intro fight. So they gave him a title fight since it's up for grabs. He's fighting this Russian dude named Peter Yan. Peter Yan is a murderer. Like, he's primarily a boxer, a Russian boxer. So if you know anything about the Russian boxing program, it's just as savage as like Cuba. They may cheat. They produce animals and monsters, and he's one of them. This is a 135-pound killer with hands. GMOs. This is going to be a phenomenal stand-up fight. We're going to see. That little Russian dude, he's got work. You know, we all saw Rocky. But there's the thing. Thanks to USADA, MMA and UFC as the main focus is very regulated in regards to performance enhancements. If you're slipping through the cracks right now as a fighter in UFC, or you're doing something magical. You're like possibly, I don't want to say John Jones. John Jones.
Speaking of, this is like a good time to talk about LeBron if we're going to talk about roids. And I hope that UFC stays the only sport this year because I don't want to see LeBron win another title. And he's on roids.
He's in LA though.
I know he's on roids, so I don't want to hear it. This motherfucker chin is this wide. Cut it out.
That being said,
those Mr. Wonderful muscles right here. He's on roids. I hope he never wins another title.
If a UFC fighter is on roids and they fight, they get popped. You know, nowadays it's called performance enhancing drugs. That's what we'll call it. Because steroids is generally just shit that they pumped out of fucking horses or whatever. Like, it's not everything that people are getting popped for isn't steroids, but they're banned performance enhancing drugs.
It's all roids, man. Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's saying. Yeah. So, but what I'm saying, like there's a difference between a banned supplement and a performance enhancing drug. Like, last year's performance enhancing drug is this year's banned supplement. You know, it changes with the year. They come out with a new list of new stuff that they're looking at, and they ban it that year. So something that one guy may have had or a company may have had like 6 years ago, ingesting no problem, and all of a sudden it's illegal. So I can't say everybody doing it is cheating, but everybody doing it is not handling it in the most professional way.
LeBron spends $2 million a year on his body. Roids, just so he can get the best roids out there. I mean, I'm just putting that out there because y'all don't know.
LeBron. See how there is no basketball going on right now. Somehow we're still talking basketball, like in America.
I mean, we're trying to get some sports talking here. You know?
Let me see. The last title fight that will be up for grabs will be the 145 title. Max Holloway in a rematch against the man who took his title, Alexander Volkanovski. Solid 145 fighters. This is a division that Max Holloway actually cleared out. Jose Aldo was the champ. You know, even after Conor beat him, he got the belt back, and Max took the belt and cleared out the division. There was nobody else to fight. He was actually going up and doing 155 fights. And then along came Alexander Volkanovski. It's this little New Zealander dude, man, and I mean, he put together a game plan based off leg kicks and getting in and getting out. Really disrupted Max's rhythm. You didn't really see Max get hit a lot, but not that many consistent punches. None of them really hurt him, but they scored. It was a back and forth fight. I think that Volkanovski earned it. So the rematch is actually happening. Going to be a pretty good one. So we'll see what happens. Maybe Max can get his fight, his title back, and we'll see. But the main fight that everybody will be turning into will be the Street Jesus
Which
fight.
Probably won't happen till 2 a.m, knowing UFC. You make me watch that shit from 9:30 till 2 a.m.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. And this is the thing. That's the boxing blueprint. They've been doing that. They were showing they start boxing fights at 9 o'clock. And they just go on till 2 o'clock. That's been the blueprint for fighting. Like, you show fight after, you try to squeeze as many fights as you can into that time slot. So yeah, and I'm a fight fan,
Speaking of, I heard the local boy Chris Pearson gonna fight Canelo in September.
Okay. So Chris Pearson is fighting Canelo. Breaking news. Chris Pearson is
that's what I heard.
Local guy.
Who knows?
From around here, so if he is getting that fight, best wishes to you, champ. Go in there, do yourself proud, do your ancestors proud.
That's big time, Canelo.
That is a fucking mountain to climb, bro. That motherfucker Canelo, bro. Hey, he's a ginger Mexican. You know how much of an anomaly? And he boxes. That is like one of the biggest anomalies. That's like some Matrix glitch shit right there. A ginger Mexican who can box his ass off, bro.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah. That guy's a monster, bro.
Glad to see local boy get the opportunity.
Hey, it's good to see him get an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because that motherfucker, he fought Floyd. He fought Floyd, and tried to give Floyd the business. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd, was escaping that shit, by the skin of his teeth, every time, boy, hey. If you haven't seen Canelo fight, go watch him. If you haven't seen Chris Pearson fight, definitely go watch him. These are
Yeah, I hope it's true. Hope he gets to.
I'd love to see it happen because, man.
I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, so you know it must be true.
But, I mean, boxing's the only thing that can possibly happen. You know what I'm saying? I heard that they are going to get a limited version of NBA going, like in Florida or something. Where was it going to be?
AAU nonsense. It's in a bubble at Walt Disney.
At the Epcot?
Yeah, so there's
that.
that.
Have it at the Epcot. Yeah. Man. Yeah, there are absolutely no sports.
This whole Corona thing was a plot to give LeBron a rest so he could try to, sneak another costume jewelry ring in with a manufactured team. I dare somebody get in the comments and start defending LeBron.
That's the LA we know, man. That we have now. This is a far cry from Showtime, But like I said, I don't watch basketball anyway, so I don't even care. It's all ballet with a ball nowadays to me, and running gun. It's very little technique and gameplay and actual basketball, being played nowadays. It's just run and jump, dunk for the biggest shoe contract.
Shoot a three.
Yeah,
create a team, build a team, shoot a three. Build a team, shoot a three.
A lot of these guys can't shoot, man. Everybody shoots threes nowadays, huh?
It's terrible. I don't get it.
But like I said, we ain't got to worry about it now because we only have the best sport in the world around nowadays. So hey, tune in. I'm telling you, if you this is the sport of the future, y'all. I've been telling people for years, MMA is a sport of the future. Like, this is what we need to get our kids into. At least for self-defense, it's all practicality. Like they
never had like no big huge name. Like,
they have.
Like no mega fights. Like,
they have.
Like who?
Man, they have Brock Lesnar, Anderson Silva.
The WWF guy? Oh, see Silva, yeah.
Rampage.
Silva's the man. See Rampage?
Yeah. Rampage
was a star.
Yeah.
I forgot about Rampage.
Connor.
He's a star. Connor is...
No, he's a star. He breaks fingers. GSP.
GSP. But none of those guys are stars for real.
Why are they not stars?
I guess Rampage was, yeah.
They're all stars.
Kind of like WWF stars, though. Like, I don't know.
Those are stars, man.
It's just not. I don't know. What's their mega fight? Like, there's no thrill in
the mega fight right now. The biggest fight I think of late probably was Street Jesus versus Nate. That was probably the biggest fight.
That was
That was probably the biggest fight.
Disappointing.
I don't think it was disappointing. I thought it was fucking.
You can't stop that fight. You don't stop Nate.
You gotta stop it, man. You gotta stop it, man. That's how you stop it.
I forgot about Nate too. Nate is a real name.
The Diaz brothers. The Diaz brothers. Yeah, they're superstars, man.
Yeah, I like.
Come on, man.
I like them.
MMA has had several superstars, man.
But no fight. No, like there's no mega fights. Like, that's why they get paid WNBA money.
I think the mega fights that you're talking about are only really known for like hardcore fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a mega fight to you would, for you would have to be the McGregor versus Mayweather type shit. Like, that's the mega fight.
That's a circus though.
I mean, that's the level that you would
WWF.
expect. Like, that's like that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like
WWF boxing. That's what. All right, I'm gonna stop saying WNBA. That was a little much. WWF boxing though. That's what that shit is.
WWF
boxing. Hey, really, MMA is like right up under WWF in popularity.
Nah, they took it over. Even Vince said that.
They did?
Even Vince said that. Yes.
I don't pay attention to either one. So yeah.
Okay. Vince took his head off. Like, hey,
they had them one
dude's
named New Day in wrestling. I was like, I'm done with this shit. I'm not watching this.
Hey, I quit watching wrestling when ECW folded, man. It was never the same after ECW. That's when I made the jump to MMA.
Yeah.
That's when I like MMA. I said once MMA is on TV all the time, man, that's all I needed, man. Like, that would be the only sport I watched. I told these niggas for years that was the shit. Because, nothing else really interests me. I could watch some tennis maybe, depending on who playing. It's arena playing, or somebody competitive.
That's different.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, MMA always been it, and I'm glad it's still around, bro. I find it hilarious that's the only sport around right about now. I just be rubbing it in these niggas' faces. Like, come watch the fights, man. It's the only fight. That's the only sport on right now, man. Might as well come watch it, man. Get your sports fix.
They're only expendable athletes. That's all it is.
Fight Island, baby. They actually flew them all to Dubai, to fight on the island. That's best sport in the world.
Fancy.
Best sport in the world right now, man. Yeah. Y'all get a chance, check it out. Maybe we'll talk about the results.
Street Jesus.
Mop
the
Street
floor
Jesus.
with this dude, man.
And check out next time, man.
Like Horace Grant and like Tay Diggs and one more sucker, all mixed together. Marty.
Like
from Nebraska.
Marty from Nebraska.
Marty from Nebraska.
Y'all be easy, man.
All right.
Gliding like I'm a roller skate with dudes who work Section 8s, while y'all love me just work the block off a minimum wage. But if you was smart, you knock off your boss and get you a raise. So fire away, here come the heavyweights with the Mo-Dog stats batch, but I ain't Lorenz Tate. In fact, I'm a wolf that run with the pack up in the middle of the woods, leaving footprints on your back. And when we attack, no time to back, just duck, cause it's likely that some guns clapping at your lack truck. All that gun flapping quickly get you snatched up. Your crib crashed up and clip clacked up. Cause though my city small, I'm hella big ball. 165 red and full of shit talk. If you be in the night on the tip, you was tipped off. And in need of some info, call me, I'll make the snitch talk. And if it's shipment lost, I'll be in retrieval mode. Constantly day, do the permanent Doty overload. Catch me at race, drunk stumbling over open toes, or in the Poconos, poking hoes posted in my throne. Let's go, got what you need, got what you need, got what you need, got what you need. If that's what you want, got what you need, got what you want, got what you need.
You can find me, DBLC, on the cheddar hunt chump, you ain't gotta like me. Ice grill if you feel it, it do you good. I make a living reppin' Dayton, I was really hood. I shoot my own videos, young Spike Lee, with a running in the kitchen fixing me a nice tea. Lights, camera, action, girls yelling, ooh wee, and the game yet to birth another like me. But hold up, what up, go and get crunk. Got some fruit roll-ups, roll up 28 blunts when we club. Pal up, pull up 28 tough when we out. We bounce with about 5 to 10 clucks. That's what my night like, but I live a trife life. Shelly blowing up, Shelly trying to treat her nose right. Tommy talking funny with bump, but he ain't got no money, so we shit out of luck. Hey,